10 billionaires could triple the price of Bitcoin, say MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor. Let's get to the interview with Michael Saylor.
You can spend the 1 month and you can go to hope.com and read everything Michael Saylor read. Or you can skip that and you can just say, hey, here's a dude that put 600 million into the blockchain because he thinks it's the first true digital monetary network in the history of the world.
On Crypto Daily, we drop a new video every single day. Be sure to smash that subscribe button and leave a like and a comment. I would like to hear your thoughts. Also, if you'd like to diversify your income, the link will be in the description below. I know what you're thinking. We all feeling like genius right now. Like, it's remarkable. Every investor right now that cannot hold themselves.
You can spend the 1 month and you can go to hope.com and read everything Michael Saylor read. Or you can skip that and you can just say, hey, here's a dude that put 600 million into the blockchain because he thinks it's the first true digital monetary network in the history of the world, and it's the Facebook of money. And I think what people don't get, not everybody gets, I think they don't realize there's investors out there. They're just looking for an idea this month. I have $10 billion. I have to put 500 million in something. Okay, what's this idea? Okay, guy puts 500 million into Bitcoin. Why? Well, because he thinks it's the ultimate safe haven asset. It's better than gold, and it's going to be like Facebook. Yeah, and he put the 500 million in. Yeah, let me read that again. Okay, give me some of that. They don't have to go down the rabbit hole. Right? They don't have to do the work that you did any more than a node has to do the work to validate that the block is good. They just have to read the hash, right? It's a question of, do they trust me, right? And probably not everybody does, but you don't got to convince everybody, Dan. You just got to convince anybody, right? There's 10,000 billion-dollar entities. All you got to do is convince a handful of them. And by the way, you don't have to convince them as much as me. I said, well, I've looked at it. It makes sense that I'm going to put substantially all of my free cash into this. At the company level, I had 500 million in cash. I'm going to either buy my stock back or buy Bitcoin with it as fast as I can. But you wouldn't have, that's a treasury reserve asset commitment. You could copy that. But you could also say, well, I'm Paul Tudor Jones. I have 10 billion. I'll just put 500 million into this. That's a much lesser commitment. There are people that'll put 500 million into a bad idea. If you've got 100 billion in your portfolio, you might bet 500 million expecting you'll get 100 to 1 return 1% of the time or 5% of the time. I think that's a good idea. So I think that's why, everything's accelerating. Right. And it's a fire, right? As I said, it's a campfire, then it's a bonfire, then it's a forest fire. And you're like, well, I don't get it. Why is the fire spreading twice as fast? Well, because it's an exponential process, because it's spreading twice as fast, because twice as many. At the end of the day, by the way, it's important that 100 million people embrace Bitcoin, but there's 10 people that can triple the price of Bitcoin. 10. Right? This is not like Facebook. I make this point. Nobody ever brought 1 billion friends to Facebook. This is not like Facebook. This is like when a person with $10 billion decides that they want to adopt this network and they put $2 or $3 billion on the network. That's going to be more monetary energy that flowed in the network than the first 10 million people put in the network. It's a 10 million to 1 gain.
Yep.
But here's the other thing. When a person with $10 billion puts $10 billion on the network, they've got a friend with $10 billion, right? Warren Buffett plays bridge with Bill Gates, right? And then they talk with Mark Zuckerberg. So when this hits that social network, it's like, okay, well, 1 billion to 2 billion to 4 billion to 8 billion. And those 4 decisions, those 4 blocks, have more impact on the network than the first 10 million blocks. And so that's what's driving Bitcoin, and what I expect is going to drive it. But we all stand on the shoulders of somebody, right? I mean, that human civilization and engineering is based on the idea that you figure out how someone else worked this out, you copy it, and then you do it. And if you try to reinvent the wheel yourself, right, no chance. At some point you got to figure out who you're going to trust.
Are your friends and family, like, do they question? Are you like the rest of us, annoying Bitcoin guy at the dinner table?